Welcome to John's Thinking. Today we're going to do the 3-2 method. 3 hours on the smoker, 2 hours wrapped, 1 hour sauce. But we're not going to do the sauce part. We're just going to let it cook. So the first thing we're going to do is we got these ribs, baby backs from Tyson, and we already undid the brain thing, or excuse me, the thing on the back. So then we're going to take this and flip it over so you can see it, and we're going to slice it just enough between each rib, like that. See, like this, just a little, be careful, about an inch between each one. And what this is going to do is it's going to, when it starts to come down from the bone as it's cooking, it's going to help it. I'm going to flip it around so you can see it more. And we'll do the same thing on the other side. So when it starts to separate, just like that. Careful with your fingers. Then we washed it in cold water because we don't want to do the hot because of the cooking process. I already did the clean and prep my area, which you always want to do. This bone is being difficult right here. They always are at the end. See? About an inch. And we're going to do that real quick to all 3 of these, because we're going to do 3 of them. So we're going to do 1, 2, 3, 4. So be careful, about an inch down. We got these are Tyson's baby back ribs, St. Louis style. I'm gonna flip it over. The end part you may have to go a little more than an inch to get between the bones because of the meat. Set that on top of that one real quick, and we're gonna do this. Sorry for the background noise. My dad's watching TV. Normally he's outside, but he's watching TV. So. Come on, right there. Okay. Now, put that to the side. Take this here. slide these over. We are using Pro Series Competition Blend Sweet Rib Rub. That's what we're going to use today. So what we're going to do is take this rib here. We're going to use a sprinkle side. Rub it in. No, Pitboss does not pay me for this. I have asked them to sponsor it, and I haven't heard anything back from them, so I assume that meant no. I wish they would, or just give me some product, but they said no. But since I'm not sponsored, but I don't advertise for them, so, but I do say what I use because that's just how it is. Not getting paid, so. Some people will blend it out or turn it around, afraid of trademark rules and stuff. As long as you're not saying anything bad about them, it's not really a trademark problem. You know? You're not saying anything bad about them. I mean, you're using their product, so it's free advertisement, so I don't see why they would care. I mean, people show them on TV, it's like, it's free advertisement, you're using the product. Well, they're like, well, I don't have rights to it. As long as you're not misusing it or saying anything bad about it, there's really nothing they're going to say. I mean, their product's everywhere. The reason you never rinse stuff off in hot water, like this stuff, is because when you start rinsing stuff off in hot water, it starts the cooking process, and you don't want to start that yet. Alrighty. We're gonna let this sit here. I do have my pitboss, which is an 850, outside heating up at 225 while I did all this prep work and everything. So, okay, we got the ribs. Have it set at 225 right now. The grill's at 175 because I opened it. So my grill takes more on that side than it does this side. So we're gonna come back in about 30 minutes to check this and see how it's doing. So we'll check it in 30 minutes, see how it's done. We'll be back. Well, it's been actually about 45 minutes, so we're going to check this. Temperature is at 230, 125. Look at that. We're going to spring some water on it. we'll be back in about 35, 40 minutes. Check it again. Like I said, it is kicking at 230. We have it set at 225, so it's doing great. We'll be back again and check it, see how it's doing. Usually I'd use a score bottle, but I don't have one right now. So we'll be back and see how it's doing. All right, we'll be back. All right, we're gonna check our ribs here in a sec. Temperature's at 330, set at, 230, and it's set at 225. So we'll check it and see what it's doing. Ooh, looking really, really good. Keeps it nice and moist. So we'll see how they do. We'll check them here after a while and see how they're doing, and we'll get back with you. All right. Temperature's 300, or I'm sorry, 230. We've been kicking at 225 is the temperature set at. I think it's about time we pull these babies off and wrap them. So I have a cookie sheet here because I don't have anything big enough. So I'm gonna pull these off. I have a towel I use for grilling. So I'm gonna set this here. Hopefully you can see. Try to stay out of the way. They look nice and juicy. And we're going to wrap them. And I'm going to show you the process of wrapping them inside. But I use towels because last time, my experiment of doing this, I did not grab the towel, and when I grabbed this, I burnt the tips of my fingers. So we'll use a towel or an oven mitt, and we will show you the process of this inside. So we'll be right back with this inside. Use some Carrigo pure Irish butter. It is salted, so just to let you know. And what we're going to do is we added about 2 hours and 50 minutes, or 2 hours and 40 minutes on the grill. So, and I am going to use a fork to spread my butter. So I'm going to pull this out, get it ready. Put it right here. What I'm going to do is I'm going to take this slab right here, and flip it over. That's going to be hot. I'm going to take some butter, then I'm going to use a fork. It's hot. And I'm going to slap some of this on here. I tried brown sugar last time with this, but the brown sugar made it a little too sweet, and it really made it dark bark. So I'm not going to do that this time. So what I'm going to do is I'm just gonna sprinkle a little more seasoning on it. Just a little. We already got some. And we're going to take this real quick and flip it. And we'll put some more butter on it. I like this butter for the ribs in the cooking process. I usually don't use this butter for my cooking in general, but I do for these ribs for this reason. Basically, the butter's going to keep it nice and moist during the wrapping process. So you can be generous on it. It's going to keep it nice and moist. Basically, you want to use 1/3 of the stick on it. Make sure you get it all over. You can pick up aluminum. Try to get the widest as you can for this. Okay. Yeah, that's really nice and juicy right now. Just pull the butter over and get a little more. Set it right here. Oh yeah, right there. Like I said, we're going to slap a little more seasoning. We're not gonna rub it in, we're just gonna let it sit on top. Okay? And we're gonna fold it over like that. Fold it over like that. Now, before we do anything else, we're going to get a small piece of aluminum foil and put it in the middle, like right here. It doesn't quite seal it right there. And we're going to fold the ends right here. My aluminum foil is a little, oh, darn it. Right, that might happen. If that happens, just going to make a boat. No big deal. Okay. Get that done. Put it back on here. I did the last one. Rib number 2. Looking a little good. Don't worry about this little charcoal part, or dark part. Not too worried about that. Get your butter. Rub it in there. Get it moist in there. Now, we're not cooking competition ribs now. We're cooking fall off the bone ribs. That's the way I like it. Most people want it to fall off the bone. Competition ribs, if they fall off the bone, you fail. They have to be tugged off the bone. Just a little. Just like that, just a little. And I'm gonna flip it real quick. Be careful with your fingers. Might still be a little warm. Come on. Get it nice in there. Still crack. Just like that. Oops. Don't fall off. Now, the last step of this process of the 3, 2, 1 is barbecue sauce, but I am not going to do 2 of them with barbecue sauce because I'm cooking them for a friend, 2 of them that are really good friends. They own a donut shop in town and they're super nice people, and they actually own Yum Yum Donuts in town, which I will do a review on them eventually on this, and they do a good job for me, and I don't want to. So you want to flip it like this again, flip like this. Ooh, this one actually came all the way across. Must be a center rib. And I'm gonna flip it like this, flip it like this, and turn out just great. And back on the cookie sheet. Oops. What up, plots? Alright. Okay. Didn't use as much butter as I thought because it went further than I thought expecting. So that's alright. When we take it off, we'll see how it's doing. We may put a little more butter on it before we do the last part. We'll see how it's doing. So we don't need to waste the butter, we won't. Just being juicy and tender so far. Alright. Put that to the side. Sprinkle a little sauce or seasoning. Okay. See how the seasoning is? Butter. This here, I think it's the best looking rib so far. You can see right here how it's starting to spread apart from the bone. That's why we cut it that 1 inch. Just tell me it's doing really, really well. Now, when I get ready to cut these, I'm going to use an electric knife, believe it or not, because it cuts so evenly, excuse me, and that makes it look a whole lot nicer and better. Need a little more butter for this guy. A lot more texture. Okay, set that to the side. Sprinkle it. Slide him in the middle. Lift him up. Oh yeah. Oh, not quite. Man, I hate when that happens. Put this in the middle. Then flip this around. You gotta be careful on this one because it's got bones sticking out from this side. Yeah. Go back and check them in about an hour. Now I may rotate them because I moved them. This is the thicker one, so I may rotate it. I'm not sure, but we'll see how it's doing. So we will check back here in about an hour. So we'll check back with you then. All right. been an hour. So, rotate these. Look at that juice coming out of that. That one over. That bad boy right there. Oops, sorry. That one right there. Let it cook for another hour. We'll be back in about an hour and see how they do. Alright. Well, about 45 minutes actually, and see how they're at and see how they're doing. Alright. And we'll be back. Alright, it's been 2 hours since it's been in there, so we're going to set this in here. We're going to pull them off, and then we're going to probe it. Then we're going to see how they're doing and see if we need to cook them another hour or not. So we're going to pull them off here, put them on our cookie sheet, and see if they're done or not. Spatula to get them off here. I'm going to grab my rags because, like I said, last time I did this, my trial run, I took the crap out of my hands. The first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to turn off my pitboss. No, I'm going to let it run because I'm not sure if I need to put them back on or not.
And double your towels so that they don't burn you.
I got it. Double.
Okay. I'll get the...
Alright. We probed them. And it says ribs are done between 180 and 190. And my temperature is 187, so I think they're done. So we're just going to go ahead and cut them up and see how they do and see how they look. So we're going to go ahead and do that, and we'll be right back when I get everything set up. Alright, I'm going to use an electric fillet knife, or electric knife. And I flipped them over so I can see the ribs better, so it's easier to cut. So, and I'm going to use a fork because they're kind of hot, so here we go. Why is this not working? Alright, we're going to use this electric knife, or as I always call it, fillet knife, but it's electric knife, and we're going to use a fork to hold them because it's kind of hot, so here we go. It makes a better cut instead of a regular knife, so it's nice and nice, so that's why we're using it. So here we go. And that's why we use it. See how nice it is? Get the smoke ring. We're just going to go ahead and cut them all. If you wanted to sauce them, you could go on ahead and put them in wrapped them up and put them in a sauce and cooked them for another hour if you wanted to. But I'm not saucing them because, like I said earlier, the person I'm giving them to may not like the sauce I like. and people have different sauces, so unless you know what kind of sauce they like, I don't put sauce on it. You want to kind of cut it in the middle. I'm gonna give my cameraman or woman taste and see what they think. Like, get the other one out.
Tastes good. Tastes really good.
Does it?
Mm-hmm.
Awesome. Got the camera.
Really tender. Got good flavor. Doesn't fall off the bone, but
Pretty
it does
close.
come off the bone easy. Mm-hmm.
Oh, this one falling off the bone. I can't get it off the wrap.
That's good. Take this out of your way.
See, this is why I cut it earlier. See how it pulls from the bone? That's why I cut it a little, gives it that little more start off the bone. This one's more falling off the bone. This one pretty much fell off the bone right here. Well, that is basically how you do ribs. I'm not going to show you how to do the other one. You basically saw the other two. Sorry haven't posted in a while. I've had knee surgery and some other things come up, and with COVID and everything else. I'm not going to use that as excuse, but with other things coming up, it's just been really hectic and had to take care of some other stuff. But I want to thank you guys for staying loyal and staying prescribed, and I will get back to doing more cooking, and I'm also going to show some other videos, some how-tos and other channel videos, but mainly we're still going to do the cooking. So I hope you enjoy this recipe. I hope you enjoy it, and I hope you like it, and hope you have a wonderful day. Thank you, and have a great day.